Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
The Philadelphia 76ers get rolled over in Milwaukee against the Bucks 112 to 101 on a Thursday night. The Philadelphia 76ers fall to 31 and 21 as they lose their fourth straight, still sitting at 6 in the Eastern Conference, and they now move to 9 and 19 on the road. Another awful performance as expected, but I want to start each and every one of you tonight with 3 words and 3 distinct words only. Fire Brett Brown. Fire Brett Brown. That's all I want to start out with, because it's gotten to the point where it's time. It really is time. Some people held Brett out on the limb as far as they could. They kept on stretching it, kept on going, but I think we've all come together and realized it is time. Elton, pull the trigger. Brett, it's time for you to go. Get out of town. 4 in a row now. This whole season has been just a tale of 2 different sides. It's been, the Sixers don't get up against the good teams. They struggle with the bad teams. They struggle with the Knicks, the Magic, and the Thunder. The Hawks. But when we play the good teams, the Lakers, the Heat, the Celtics, the Bucks, the Clippers. We haven't played the Clippers yet. All the good teams, the Raptors. We get up for those games, right? We get up for those games. We play our heart out. This is Philadelphia. We're going to be just fine when we get there into the playoffs, man. We're going to be a top 3 seed. No. All those dreams are out the window. It's over. This team is not going anywhere with Brett Brown. Another awful coaching performance. Now, we're going to get into each and every player, and everyone stunk up the joint tonight. Everybody. But it's not all their fault. Brett's still not putting them in the right positions. I guess we'll get started off on this game by saying one other thing, and just so to make this clear so everyone knows, the Milwaukee Bucks did not play that good tonight. You might have your eyes deceived by, the score or how many points Giannis had, but in reality, Giannis was the only one, in my eyes, that played pretty sufficient tonight. Milwaukee didn't play that well. They came out of the gate shooting terrible. Matching the Sixers, of course, because we were shooting terrible. But Milwaukee did not play that good of a game tonight. If they were on their A game, this would have been a big blowout, just like last time against Miami. I just wanted to put that out there for the record. Milwaukee only mustered 112 points. They shot terrible from 3-point percentage. They shot terrible tonight. It was a 3-point game at halftime. This has been a recurring trend the last couple games. I've seen the Sixers compete with teams, come out and just match them toe for toe. And then it's like after halftime, they just give up. They stop playing. Milwaukee goes on a big run. What was it, 14-0 run? And just like that, I knew from then on, a couple minutes into the third quarter, we were not winning this game. This is absolutely pathetic. I know the NBA trade deadline was today, and I'm going to put out a video tomorrow giving my opinion on what the Sixers did and if it was enough, etc. We know those guys weren't with us tonight. Obviously, Alec Burks, Glenn Robinson III. We had to waive Trey Burke. We waived Jonah Bolden. We got rid of James Ennis. The guy that, I credited more than most. I said he hustled. He played defense. He played hard. Every time he was on the court. This team is letting up 130 points a game. And this guy comes on and he gives his heart out. Even if he's not shooting well, he plays hard, right? Just like how Matisse Thybulle plays hard, but it seems like his minutes continue to decrease. Honestly, at this point, it's like Brett doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't. But we say goodbye to all these guys. The guys we have on the court tonight still not getting it done. I got a lot to say about this game. We're going to start it off with the man who I gave praise for last game. The one who was in the lone spotlight last game, and that's Joel Embiid. Joe, let me tell you, you are on my last nerve. You're getting under my skin now. You are absolutely pathetic at times. You got Shaq mocking you on the halftime show. Shaq's calling you soft. This is Shaq, the Hall of Famer Shaq. I don't get it, Joe. I don't get it. I don't get it. 6 for 26, Joe. 6 for 26. 19 points. And most of them were from free throws. He was 4 for 7 from the line. 6 for 26. 3 for 10 from outside. Hold up. Brett Brown. I don't get it. You got Joe taking 10 3-pointers. You got Al taking 12 3-pointers. What has this team become? Joel, what I saw tonight, for you, first off, for you to jack up as many shots as you did, as you were not hitting from 3. We know Joe is a post player. He cannot hit the 3 as consistent as we need him to. We realize that is an issue, right? But for Joel Embiid to go 3 for 10 from outside, and for Brett Brown to sit on his ass and not do a single thing about it. He didn't do anything. He sat there. He's calling plays from the bench. He's not even standing up. And Joel, this goes beyond basketball. What I saw from you tonight was a loser. You gave up on this team. You're over there sitting on the bench, down in the corner. Even the freaking even the analysts are literally coming at your neck, Joe. They're coming at your neck, telling you that you don't look like a team player, that you have poor body language. You're sitting on the end of the bench next to who knows. Who knows? Not talking to anyone, no communication, not talking to your coach, to your co-stars. Unbelievable, Joe. You were absolutely pathetic tonight. And I hope Brett or whoever's going to be the coach of this team, because let me tell you, before we continue, I have a bold prediction, and that is that Brett Brown will not be the coach of this team within the next 3 days. I give it the weekend. We got a game against Memphis tomorrow. I give it the rest of the weekend. Brett Brown, I predict right here on this channel that Brett Brown will not be the coach of the Sixers. Let me know what you think. But I think he's done. I think he's done. I think the trigger will be pulled. I think it's over. Brett, you're terrible. But anyway, back into Joe. You're sitting there, not even contributing, not even, happy for your teammates, not even doing things to try to stay in the ball game. You just look like you didn't care. Honestly, you didn't care. Your hand might be hurt. You're still out of shape. You're too fat. You don't even jump for rebounds. I could not believe when I saw this. Furkan Korkmaz is the only one going up for a rebound. All these guys you have. And Joe just sits there. The one recurring issue I've seen all season on this damn defense, and it irks me. It eats me away every single night. Joel Embiid doesn't know how to step up on a damn screen. His man sets a pick. The guard comes around and kills us from mid-range. That's all these teams do on us. It's like the same freaking play over and over. I don't know how Brett doesn't watch the film and show it to these guys. It's the same thing over and over. Embiid, terrible. Literally terrible. 11 rebounds. Who cares? 6 assists, a -3. But guess what? You were absolutely terrible. You're on my last nerve, Joe. We're going to talk about you again in a little bit. Next one. Ben Simmons. I'm so disappointed in you, Ben. And not all of it is your fault, but 5 for 6 from the field, Ben. We're playing Milwaukee. You're getting compared to guys like Giannis, and you don't want to step up. I don't care if Joe's on the court. 11 points, 14 rebounds for Ben. Our point guard has the most rebounds on the team. Isn't that funny? 9 assists, 2 steals, a block. He was doing other things, but I'm telling you, Ben, there's a bad chemistry issue on this team. When Jimmy left, I have a theory now that this is why Jimmy left. There's some kind of tension between Jimmy, Tobias, Ben, and Joe. 2 or 3 out of those 4 have a tension with each other. They want the ball in their hands. They want the spotlight. And overall, they don't want to give it up. I honestly think it mostly falls with Ben and Joe. Tobias does his thing. When he gets a chance to, he attacks. When they tell him to go sit in the corner and just shoot threes, he does that. But you can see Ben plays completely different when Joe's not in the game. Joe will go down and sit for a minute, and Ben automatically goes to the rim, does a couple spin moves, and gets a bucket right away. The paint's not clogged. And now Brett's trying to get him to play outside like a sharpshooter. Ben throws it to him, and he's 6 for 26. It's just not going to work. It's not. But Ben, you got to be more aggressive. I don't care if Joel Embiid's in there. Ben, you are the leader of this team in my eyes. You are the leader. This team's aggressiveness on both sides of the ball lies within you. You got to set an example, and tonight you played terrible. Sorry. You can look at all the stats. You can tell me you played good, but minus 13, 5 for 6 from the field. Terrible. Still can't shoot. Who's next? Al Horford. This one is really getting under my skin too. 5 for 17, 5 for 12 from three-point range. This man, Al Horford, is taking 12 threes a game. Brett, what is going through your head? I'm telling you the three main words. No discipline, no accountability, and no leadership. No one steps up. Al, you're supposed to be the veteran on this team. You're over here calling guys out in the locker room, and you won't even tell your head coach, like, yo, I'm not supposed to be shooting 12 threes a game. I cannot believe some of the things I'm seeing on this team. A minus 16 for Al. 15.6 rebounds. I saw multiple times tonight where Al came down 5 seconds into the shot clock and he's jacking up a three. Or Embiid's jacking up a three. I don't get it. I don't. Here's the problem. Everyone's like, oh, is Al washed up? Let's trade Al. What's wrong with Al? I'll tell you. When Al was on the Boston Celtics, guess what? He wasn't asked to be a shooter. He would hit the occasional three, as we know Al Horford can do. But here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Al Horford on the Sixers is relied to be the second or third best shooter on the court when he's on the court. That just can't happen. We have too many big men, and you cannot rely on these guys to step up in the roles they haven't. You can't expect Al to take over 10 threes a game. It's not going to happen. Brett, terrible job, still does not know how to utilize Al, and that will be one of the biggest components of his demise. Elton Brand was a big man himself. He understands how you have to use these guys, and at this point, Brett just doesn't get it, and it doesn't look like he ever will. Shake Milton, once again, non-existent. Didn't really do anything. Tobias, I guess he was our strong suit. 25 points tonight, 10 for 23. 5 for 6 from behind the arc, 7 boards, 4 assists. But guess what? You had a great game tonight, but guess what, Tobias? We still lost, and you know why? Because like I'm saying, there's some kind of tension. Tobias, you're inconsistent. Some nights you don't feel it, and you just fade away like you're not even on this team. You got to be better. You are getting paid a max contract. Someone, like I said, where is the accountability? Where's the leadership? Someone has to step the hell up. Tobias does it some nights, but guess what? Tonight, I didn't think he was in command at all. He got his buckets when he had to, but I don't know. No one wants to step up and call, not even just call the other people up, but just say, like, I will be the man tonight. I never see that on this team, and that is a problem. And when you have a guy like Brett Brown who will not discipline his players, a guy like Brett Brown who will continue to do the same thing, no freaking adjustments, no energy and no adjustments at all. Look at the bench. Mike Scott, non-existent. Neto didn't play. Raul Neto's been playing 20 minutes a night. Now he doesn't play. Good one, Brett. This new guy from the D-League, Shayok, came in and hit a three. We haven't seen him that much. Zaire Smith doesn't play. Korkmaz, 4 for 12, 12 points. Thank you, Korkmaz, once again. You hit a couple shots when you needed to, but you're not good enough. The Korkmaz that we saw at the beginning of the season, where is he? Fades off into the distance. Thibault, 2 for 3. Thibault was 2 for 3. But guess what? You know, like I said, Brett doesn't dial up plays for Matisse. He doesn't care about him. Matisse is on his own island, just like everyone else on this damn team, and I'm tired of it. I'm tired of watching it. It's like watching street basketball. ISO. All ISO. They're looking over to see what Brett has to say, and he has nothing to say. They're throwing away easy passes, 3-second violations, guys not even hustling down the court. You got Giannis diving for loose balls at the end of the game. They're up 15 points, and Joel Embiid can't even run down the court. It's sad. It really is. It's a joke at this point. No one on the bench contributed. That was our bench. It's a joke. No one has stepped up on this team. They look lost, young, and inexperienced. And Brett will not put it all together. We look at the Bucks, man. I mean, like I said, Giannis was the main man tonight. His first game ever of having above 35 points and 20 rebounds. Giannis, one of the best players in the league. We all acknowledge that. He's unbelievable. Plus 18 tonight. Chris Middleton went for 20. Eric Bledsoe went for 14. But, you know, Brook Lopez, a quiet 4. Wesley Matthews, 8 points. Their bench, Robin Lopez, 9 points. Corver, 5 points. Connaughton, 6. No one on the Bucks really played that well, except Giannis, and he led them tonight. If they were playing, a half mediocre team, they would have lost this game, quite frankly. I don't care if the Sixers can't play on the road, man. If Milwaukee, the team like Milwaukee, they were 43-7 coming into this game, and they're playing like this, slacking off, and you don't take advantage of that, you should be ashamed of yourself. Honestly. It's sad at this point. Like, it's just gut-wrenching to watch, honestly. It's disgusting. It is. Villanova product, my guy, DiVincenzo. He's out here snagging boards from Joe. DiVincenzo's like, what, 6'5"? Something like that? 6'7"? 6'6"? Joel, you're 7 feet tall. No energy. They don't care. This team, this locker room has given up on Brett Brown, and that is why I'm saying it is time to pull the trigger. It's time to get him out of here. The only thing in my mind that can save this season is a fresh start with a new coach, a new offensive system. These guys don't believe anymore. They have to believe again. And they have to get whatever the hell this is going on behind closed doors, they have to get it out of here. Because they got no chemistry right now. None whatsoever. They don't play together. It's like I'm watching different teams when I watch this team play. And it's getting on my last nerve. If we look at the team stats, Sixers shot 37% from the field, not going to cut it. Milwaukee shot 47%. Milwaukee only shot 32% though from 3. The Sixers shot 42. 10% better from 3. And we lose by 11 points. How does that make sense? We're the bigger team, right? This team is an all-time defensive team. Every guy's above 6'8". Well, guess what? You're soft, no energy. You play like you don't care. And at this point, neither do we, the fans. We don't deserve this. It's Philadelphia. We're always going to be trusting that process, aren't we? Unbelievable. The rebounds game wasn't even that different. Philly won the assist game. More steals. Milwaukee had more blocks. You know why? They were tougher. We had more fast break points. They completely dominated us in the paint. Overall, everything wasn't too far apart. Like, I'm telling you, both of these teams played bad tonight. But in the end, it came down to Milwaukee wanting it more. They're in their home crowd. They're up. They're amped. They're playing every possession. Guys are diving for loose balls. Guys actually care. With the Sixers, no one wants to step up. Guys don't give a crap. They don't. They don't believe anymore. They hear all the outside noise. The turmoil just collects. And it builds and builds and builds. And at this point, we are in deep trouble. I'm not confident in this team anymore. And I'm telling you, unless a coaching change is made immediately, and even still, I don't think this team is going anywhere this year. We know they don't have enough. But, they're trying. These guys are talented. In my opinion, still one of the most talented rosters in the NBA. But no matter how much talent you have in this league, it takes a hell of a coach to put it all together. And a lot of coaches don't get enough credit for that. And now that we see Brett Brown, he was great for the process. He was a guy that, he was a guy that not a lot of people knew about under the Popovich tree. We thought he would have learned something. I guess he didn't. Brett Brown was a great hire because he was low, under the radar. Guy from Canada. Who is he? He was great for the process to nurture us through that. And I feel like fans have grown with him because of that. Because of watching us finally get talented players. And we've gotten better. But honestly, it's just the talent. I'll actually say this. Last year, the Sixers were one bounce away from beating the eventual NBA champions and possibly knocking them off, going through the Eastern Conference Finals, and probably winning the NBA championship. We had the talent last year, too. You know why? Because we had Jimmy Butler, the man who would step up and finish. The man who would do it. And you know how I'm feeling right now? I honestly feel that if some of the bonehead decisions Brett made last year, like playing Joel when he was sick, not finding ways to get Ben incorporated, not giving Jimmy enough touches that he deserved, I think if we had a more competent coach last year, you know what? we win the championship last year. That's what I've come down to. That's what this has made me realize. Brett Brown has not really coached this team for a couple years. They just have gotten completely better in terms of talent. He's not the worst coach, but he's definitely not the guy to take this team to the next level. Brett has done a terrible job this year. We've regressed, and it just keeps getting worse. And for the first time in a long time, this team has quit. It's over. Get Brett out of here. Get someone else in. Implement a new system. And maybe we'll have a chance to dig ourselves out of the big hole we're in right now. Pathetic performance tonight. Memphis tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we lose that one too. Hopefully these new bench guys will show up. Maybe can provide a spark off the bench. But until then, I'm just completely disgusted. It's time to take some damn ownership, some accountability on this team. And I'm just not seeing it right now. Philly's now lost 3 games in a row to big teams. Those are the teams they've gotten up for all year. At this point, it just looks like the tip of the boat is sinking. It's going to be hard to come back from this. But like I said, you know what the first move to be made has to be made now. The time is now. Ellen, pull the trigger. That's all I got. Hope each and every one of y'all appreciate the video. Like and sub. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking right now. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you on the next one, man. Peace.
Perfect.